Welcome back. We're here at a beautiful custom designed home of Old Hampshire Designs. And joining me now is Jim Seeley of Seeley Plumbing and Heating. He did all the geothermal heating and cooling right here in this building. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
What a lovely home this is. Tell us a little bit about what geothermal heating and cooling is. I think it's still a mystery to some people.
Well, geothermal, it relates to the earth, obviously, and through a refrigeration unit, much like you'd see on the outside of a house for heating and for cooling,
Yes.
which takes heat or puts the heat back into the air outside. This does it with water from underground. And because it's transferring that heat or taking the heat from the water as opposed to air, it's a lot more efficient.
Okay, so it's considered a green technology.
It's considered a green because you're not using fossil fuel.
Okay, interesting, and it is much more streamlined and efficient.
It's much more efficient. There's some other advantages. You don't have the unit outside. There's some credits involved too.
Okay. Right.
The federal government gives you a tax credit. It's like 30% of the cost of the installation of the unit.
That's quite a bit.
Yeah. So what that typically does is it pays for the cost of the well. Okay. After the cost of the well, the equipment that's involved, the cost of the equipment and the installation is pretty much like any other heat pump central air system.
Is it a little cheaper to operate, so you're getting some of your money back that way as well?
Yeah, especially in the heating cycle. In the heating cycle, if you're using a heat pump and you're taking heat from the air outside, as the temperature goes down outside in the wintertime, the efficiency drops off. Well, with water, it's coming from hundreds of feet below the surface, it stays the same temperature. So besides the more efficient heat transfer that you get between the refrigerant and the water, you also have a more constant temperature.
Wow, that's so interesting. Wonderful. Now, talk to us a little bit about the wishes of the owner of this home and what they wanted.
Well, they're like most people. The first thing they want a system that's going to give them the comfort level that they want, that they're looking for.
Yes.
And that's not necessarily related to geothermal. You could do that with a number of systems. Yeah. But with the geothermal system, you're going to get the efficiency of that system. And this system in this house is actually a hybrid. There is actually a furnace involved, a gas furnace, and there's controls involved that know when the geothermal is not capable of keeping up in the lower temperatures, or should you have a power outage or something like that, the furnace is there more as backup, and it kicks in, and you still have an efficient system, but it's just based upon a fossil fuel, propane, instead of the geothermal.
Well, that sounds like the best of both worlds.
It depends on the house. So depending on the size of the house and what the heating load is, the geothermal, and depending on what your budget is, you may opt to do a smaller geothermal system. You still want to cover 80% of your heating costs, but you're limited to the amount of equipment that'll do that and what a geothermal is capable of. So where you might be, where you'd need two pieces of equipment in the geothermal, once you put it on a furnace, you're back to only one. You still get the efficiency, but you've lowered the cost of the installation.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sounds like you do this frequently.
We do actually. We do quite a bit of everything in my business has kind of moved away from fossil fuels towards heat pumps, not just the geothermal, but also air-to-air, because the technology has improved so much over the years that we're able to actually, with the air-to-air systems, pull heat out of the air below zero.
That's amazing.
It's amazing.
That there's any heat in the air when it's that cold.
Right. That's right, yeah. It is amazing.
And because that technology has evolved, the prices of those systems are coming down.
The prices of those systems are coming down.
Right.
And people that are looking for, they want to be green besides everything else.
Yes.
These systems bring them that. They're considered more green the fossil fuels.
Right.
So you're not just not polluting with them, you're limiting your carbon footprint too.
Right, right. And with the price coming down, it's making it more accessible to more people as well.
With the price coming down, yes, yes, it is. The cost of the systems, of the air-to-air or the geo with the tax incentives, puts you right about at the same price as a good system that would have been based upon propane.
Okay, super. Well, great. Well, you sound like you have got a ton of knowledge about this. Thanks so much for sharing it with us today. We've got your phone number up on the screen. Thanks for joining us today for all that information.
Well, thanks for having me.
All right, take care.